Live from Studio B in wonderful Metro West, Massachusetts. It's the Wicked Pissah Show. I'm Byron. Over here is Bumpa.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Frankie Rizzo.
What's up, people?
Welcome to another fun show. We got a lot in store for you today. Hopefully you guys liked the last show.
Hey, yeah, it's been a while, too long. Boy, Byron, he has been sick. Thanks for coming back, brother.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I hope you feel better.
I'm feeling much better now.
You look better.
Just a little cheer for our boy Byron.
He looks better.
Looks better, yeah. It was like death warmed over.
I'm just my regular shade of pale.
Yes. Always a little pasty white going there.
Yeah.
But we're glad you're back.
That's what you call the midnight guy. But.
So, now, to continue on, in the first show, I accidentally, mistakenly said something as far as the Brady Fuck You Tour, and referred to it as the Byron Fuck You Tour. Now, going with that, I think we should continue. Every show should have Byron's Fuck You Tour. So, with that, you wanted to talk about the youth. And
the youth of today.
Yeah, I think that's perfect for the Fuck You Tour. Your Fuck You Tour bit
it's my
today.
Grumpy moment for the day, yeah. I'm thinking, I come across quite a few of today's youth, and, I'm seeing the bottom of the barrel, and there was a meme out there a while back, something about, back in You okay there, Frankie?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a meme out there that the kids of the 1940s, 18-year-olds where they went out and fought in D-Day and they died for their country and all that stuff, and then the kids of today are fighting for their safe space in their college. I don't understand this safe space. I don't understand what happened to competition, to kids who were able to give it back to each other. Now everybody's so offended every time you say something. Yeah, anything, any excuse to protest. Everybody's protesting now. I don't get it.
Everyone's so sensitive.
Well, it's overly sensitive, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's the PC.
Mind.
What's that?
No, go ahead. I was going to say.
No, it's the PC. It's the PC from.
I'm going to censor myself today.
Okay, there you go. It's the political correctness that I think is really what is it? There's a morning show on it. They call it the pussification of America. And it's absolutely.
Well, I think you're talking about the meme there. The girl had a kitten.
Yes.
Yeah, the girl had a kitten because she couldn't handle the stress from her finals.
Right.
College finals. So she needs, kind of like how they have pets in hospitals, therapy animals, therapeutic animals. They have the same thing for college students now who are stressed out before exams. Is that too much? I mean,
too much. Too soon.
Yeah. I mean, at what point do you just grow up and deal with it?
Well, that's just it.
Soft generation.
They're not. Now we have some really great teachers in the system out there, and we also have another big problem. We have more awful teachers out there. They're not teaching facts. They're not teaching history. They're changing. I mean, I've even heard of schools completely, going over and saying, well, that's there was a violent moment in time, and these people are just completely skipping over huge chunks of what happened. We're a violent people. We had wars.
People just don't grow a sack and get over it.
Pretty much.
But,
yeah.
I know. I agree with you. That's definitely the youth of today. It's a good.
They're not right.
No. What do you think, Riz?
That's why Rizzo goes and talks to kids at schools. Lets them know hard work, dedication, listening to your parents.
Now I know why.
Almost like Hulk Hogan. Take your vitamins.
Now I know why.
My Frankomaniacs out there. My Rizzo maniacs. It's it's all about where you come from, how you grow up. You are a product of your environment.
And that there is a perfect plug for this thing called Let Me Be Frank.
That's it.
Okay, check out this page, Let Me Be Frank, and now Rizzo will be happy. Let Me Be Frank, Facebook, Twitter. There's also a website. So check it out. You'll be happy. Rizzo will be happy. And you'll live.
We'll straighten out the youth of tomorrow and today.
The Frank, man, last week I gave you one simple mission at the beginning of the show.
Guys, sorry, I was so infatuated by her good looks that I couldn't figure out her name.
And we'll talk about the, Rizzo's hot chick of the day of the week. And, I know it. Okay, boom. So we went through the whole show. At the end of the show, okay, what's her name? I don't know. 46 minutes later, I don't know. And it was Gronk's girlfriend, Camilla Kostic.
She's a cheerleader too, right?
Yeah, she was formerly.
Former.
A cheerleader cannot date a player, so they would have to.
Wow.
She does no
I
longer.
wouldn't sign to that.
Yeah.
So she was former Patriots cheerleader.
Former Patriots cheerleader. After
that
preview.
Why do you suppose they can't date the players?
That it's a team rule. Most teams in the NFL have it.
Okay.
So a lot of players do marry current or former cheerleaders, just not from that team anymore. Or they moved on, or they retired, whatever.
Okay.
But I just had to point that out, man. You have 46 minutes, and I saw you looking at pictures. Pictures of the whole time.
Furiously, I just saw the screen flashing. The screen was flashing. I couldn't see what was on it, but there was a glazed look on Frank's face.
Yeah, 46 minutes, and he didn't get a single name. And at the end, I asked him, and he was just looked at me like a total blank. I don't know.
People aren't gonna remember her name.
Oh, she's. Oh,
do we know her name?
Well,
Did you actually find out her name?
No, I did.
He did.
Yeah, but
I did. I just forgot.
Okay.
Write it down.
You're too infatuated.
Hey, how about the new Star Wars movie? Huh? Came out.
How much money do you think that's going to make?
Oh, I bet you $100 million.
It's already gotten the. It's already taken the most tickets ever sold for a premiere. So
wow.
It's kind of it's impressive that it's. I'm not going to go and I know a lot of people who spent the money and went and saw it on opening night. People posting on Facebook saying all these things.
Like Jurassic Park, those movies make almost $500 million. They make $500 million usually.
Probably more than that. I bet.
I bet this pushes. I think could push the $1 billion mark. What do you think?
Give it
Byron, do you think it push $1 billion?
It's probably going to be the top-grossing movie of all time at this point.
How about the weather? I feel bad for New Englanders who moved to Florida in the winter. No need for it this year. Rizzo says, leave that and come back.
Yeah, you got mild 50s, 60s
degree weather.
Yeah.
Flu season in effect.
And it's going to be like that all the way through Christmas. There's no snow coming.
That's it.
That was a horrific segue.
Well,
we're talking about Star Wars entertainment and all.
Oh yeah, well, it's too early. It's too early to really get into that.
It's 9:30 in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. Rizzo,
not too early.
I didn't even get a cup of coffee from you guys today.
I wasn't talking about too early in the morning. I was talking about too early in the sales. Although, looking at this thing, it did the first single day ticket sales was $91 million.
Yeah, so they'll do
it's over that though, because I don't know if they're counting. Are they counting the advanced sales tickets?
That was just says single day ticket. The first, I would assume the first day. Then that broke a record for $91 million.
George Lucas making more.
I would assume that'd be the advanced ticket.
No, Lucas made his money. This is now a Disney thing.
Oh, it's a Disney thing?
Lucas sold
like Disney needs more
almost
money.
Everything. Now,
is this a Pixar entertainment?
No, this is Disney. Disney. I knew that Disney was going to end up buying them once they started putting the Star Tours ride in the Disney thing, and they, Lucas saw. Lucas was one of the most genius movie producers of all time. He took very little on the initial for the very first Star Wars Episode 4. He took very little of that movie into his pocket, and the rest he said, you guys can keep all that. I get the merchandising rights, and that's where the big money was. For years and years, he's still selling stuff, and he's still making money off of the merchandising.
Well, going back, I misread it here. It was $91 million. That was actually for Harry Potter. The Star Wars had beaten that already, more than $100 million. It's already over $100
so they're going to do $1 billion easy.
So yeah, that's just the first day. Yeah. So they'll probably do a $300 million weekend. They point out that Jurassic World did a opening weekend of $208 million. So I think obviously that'll blow it away. Although Disney does say that
think we need to form a movie, guys. I think we need to do a movie.
Disney does say it's not officially not completely sold out everywhere yet.
Not yet.
So
we need to do something like the Blair Witch Project, where they only spent like $45,000 in cost.
It was $36,000.
Yeah.
The cast were all unknowns.
well, they bought it at a film festival.
Right.
Yeah, what did they do for volume? They probably did 100 million.
That one was the first of its kind, and then they started trying to do it, and the formula just doesn't
All
work.
that, yeah.
It worked for the first one,
You
but
don't
you
think
can't
Rizzo
do it
could
again.
make either a comedy or a scary flick? Bet Rizzo could on 36,000. Just need an Apple iPhone today. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll work on that.
there you
That's
go.
next. Put that
I
on my
want to
list.
see that.
Rizzo's movie,
There you go. Take a note.
The Riz and the Famous.
Yeah, well, it's looking forward though. He has J.J. Abrams has 2 more
think it's
films
very
he has to produce.
Yeah.
So it's this is just a big, huge moneymaker. Now,
Yeah.
another big thing is in the world of Star Wars, Star Trek. Now, this is kind of an unheard of thing. Star Trek and Star Wars are now being made by the same guy, which is kind of.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, J.J. Abrams took over the Star
Yeah.
Trek
I
franchise.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Captain Kirk.
Oh.
But yeah, it's.
I
big
know
money
Disney
all around.
owns the rights to Star Wars.
Only Star Wars. Star Trek is owned by Paramount.
Okay.
And that's.
I've been to Disney twice. Fun place. A lot of walking for Rizzo.
Yeah, I know,
Too
let's
much
go.
walking, guy.
Oh,
you need a
yes, that,
segue.
that.
You need a personal segue to go through that place.
Oh, you go through a 5-minute tirade. All the place sucks. But it's a fun place, though.
Fun place.
I can imagine you stopping at almost every bench. This looks like
Guy,
a-
waiting 45 minutes for a ride.
Yeah, guys.
Dad, I gotta go on this ride.
Anyone listening, if you check on our Facebook page, you'll see there's a clip there, something about Rizzo's view of Disney, and he goes on a tirade about walking, lines, and rides, and everything else, and then finally he just says, "But it's a fun place."
It's a fun place.
He didn't say one positive thing through his whole
You
spiel.
gotta try the turkey legs over at Disney. Oh, $10, but what a
Oh, the Epcot, yeah, the Epcot.
Oh,
you get the
good stuff.
So yeah.
Turkey legs. I don't
One thing I
understand
saw
that.
recently, and I figured Frank would just love this topic, from Bustle.com, according to this new study, the average penis size probably isn't what you think it is.
I was gonna say 5 1/4 inches.
So, well, they did
What's the average?
a study with looks like 15,000 men. Anyway, the average length of a flaccid penis, no
What the
erection.
fuck is a flaccid?
Well, that folks is the intelligence we're dealing with. This
Oh, Jesus.
unerect, just
All right,
limp.
there you go.
Okay,
You
would that
could've
be
just said
better?
it in that
Limp.
layman terms.
All right, limp. Would that be better for you?
That's
That
better.
is
That's
a
better.
little
All right,
mental.
average limp. Okay, 3.61.
Okay.
Okay.
3.61. Oh boy.
Okay. After the limp penis has
Grown?
been stretched out,
How much?
5.21.
Oh, I was close.
Okay, the average length of an erect penis, 5.17.
Oh, look, I was right. I was pretty close. Rizzo was really close.
The
Rizzo's close to getting
average
close to
circumference
Yep.
of a flaccid.
Girth.
Yep, right.
Yep.
The average is of a flat would be 3.67.
Okay, so for the women out there.
Wait, one more, last one.
Okay.
All right, and the circumference for an erect penis is 4.59.
So you go 4.59.
4.5 inches round.
And then you go
That's it.
5
Now-
inches that way.
Right, but that's now, that's how, if you take the tape measure, wrap it around.
I got it. I got a visual.
All right. So, for all those guys who think whether or not you're sufficient or not,
Go take
Right.
get a tape and measure, baby.
and if you're more than 5.17,
You're doing okay.
you're above
You're
average.
above average.
You're above average.
Rizzo.
It's terrible.
Hey. Rizzo.
Oh,
So
hey, at least
Frankie,
I figured this news would bring Rizzo a little happiness.
I'm happy now.
You know, boom. I'm sure.
content.
And without getting into details, and just looking at his smile, I know he's above average.
I'm like my kid bringing home a report card of all A's.
So
high honors, baby. High honors.
I saw this, and like I said, it was on a website, bustle.com, and I had to share it. It was coming. Actually, the study was done by a team at King's College, London Medical School.
Obviously,
they getting doctorates in this shit.
So,
man.
med students did this, so there was a study there. But I had to share that. I saw that. And,
oh yeah.
Stop playing with it, Frank.
How about that? You remember that crazy lady, Casey Anthony? The mother killed her kid.
Yeah.
She got off basically on a hung jury.
Yep. South Carolina or something, wasn't it?
She's still living in Florida.
Oh, Florida. That's it.
She's still living in Florida. She's living in basically in exile. Nobody really knows her address.
She didn't come out with a movie or book yet?
I don't know. Probably. Supposedly she is living off of friendly donations.
Who's going to donate
she
to her?
has, right. She's living basically.
You'd be surprised.
People are covering her rent, food, and everything. And
Sick.
according to her attorney, she can't even go out. She can't go out. She can't go to the supermarket or nothing because of people. They recognize her and they hate her because as far as the general public's concerned, she's a killer.
Move.
And Rizzo's got a problem finding a job. And people are paying people's mortgages and food.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this world?
But the attorney, her attorney, the one who did it, the second attorney, her first attorney, she owes like $600,000 in legal fees to.
Now she's getting blood from a
She
rock.
filed bankruptcy.
Smart.
Wiped that right out. Her second attorney, her current attorney, I guess, did a pro bono. But there was a lot of speculation of, right. But, the attorney, according to the attorney, he and his wife are very close to Casey.
Bet.
But, yeah, it's
Between
just
the sheets,
a very
close.
weird thing. I just thought Bustle.com, and actually I think it was through ABC, they just kind of did a little update. Where's Casey Anthony now? Yeah,
That's
right?
where she is.
But yeah, after her trial, she's just kind of disappeared. But supposedly, you can't really feel sorry for that bitch.
Should be in jail or dead.
Yeah. But remember, that's what the justice system is for, and
no justice.
Yada yada. So.
No justice.
And then one more thing.
Is that her?
What?
I think it's her crying because she can't go out to the clubs anymore.
As being a Wicked Pissah show, I always try to bring a few things in on Boston. Sometimes we talk about sports and stuff. Yeah,
Boston.
Good old Boston, baby. Right. This is it's actually a bus company in Boston called Bridge. I don't know if you've heard that. It's a shuttle It's a private bus shuttle company that hits a lot of the popular spots through Cambridge, Boston, and some other places in that area. And basically what they did is they offered a monthly pass, and that monthly pass was only like $90 a month, which was cheaper than the MBTA. But the problem was their buses were overburdened with it, so they could they were turning down other people.
Okay, buy some more buses.
But no, wait. Instead of doing that, that would be fucking logical, right? So instead of that, what they did is they removed the monthly pass and they went to a per ride fare, which basically doubles the cost of it. So many users are saying, well, now it's almost twice as expensive as the MBTA.
Why go on that?
Right. Why do that? So
wow. Terrible marketing.
Yeah, I think they're going to screw up on that big time. I think they're going to lose a lot of ridership, and instead of doing that, maybe they could have raised the monthly a little bit.
Could have thrown
you guys want to start a bus company?
All right, huh? But yeah, it's a company that they do it in Boston, Washington D.C., and another city.
Let's not have Frankie be
startup.
driving though.
Oh yeah, you don't want me driving.
Yeah, but Frankie could be the driver. Yeah,
no,
you will cry.
I like driving.
Yeah, Frank Rizzo here almost killed me last week.
You don't.
Going to pick up my kid from school.
Yeah, we're going to pick up his kid from school. We're hanging out, and let's go get my kid from school. Okay, so we go to pick him up and drive him back. And we get to an intersection. Rizzo stops. Yeah, he stopped at the intersection, and that's kind of what we heard. Okay, he looks left, and apparently didn't look left enough. I don't know if he was just looking at, his elbow, but then he looks right. Nobody coming right, I give you that. But there was somebody coming from the left. I saw it, and he starts to pull out. I'm like, whoa. And he goes, whoa. He looks over, and you hear the skid marks, And then the guy's getting all pissed off at him. And then instead of saying sorry, hey, slow down, he yells at the guy. He cuts him off. But,
hey, what are you going to do? You got to be an aggressive Massachusetts driver.
Yeah,
pretty much you turned into a masshole.
A typical masshole. And that, my friends, is a wicked Pissah masshole.
Frankie.
Yeah, you got home safe in one piece, so.
Barely.
We got insurance. We got Geico.
Oh.
That's even worse.
What do you got, man? Let's throw something up there.
What about you see this Pete Rose thing? Good conversation. Does he belong in the Hall of Fame or doesn't he? Now, I'm an advocate because I'm torn on this. It happened 26 years ago.
Right.
He bet on baseball, okay? He did the biggest sin possible that you can do is bet on your own team being the manager of that team in baseball. So that's why he hasn't got in the Hall of Fame. Now, it's 26 years later, and he's asking for reinstatement, and he got denied. What's your opinion, Bumpa and Byron, on this? Because my opinion is I don't have one because I'm kind of torn both ways where, I don't think he should be allowed in because he's taking the integrity out of the game, okay? If you allow someone like this who's tarnished the game to be a Hall of Famer, you're basically going to let in anybody.
Yeah.
And the Hall of Fame isn't for anybody. The Hall of Fame is for the elite who have integrity, class, and honor. The next thing will be, okay, we should allow all the steroid users in. Again, I'm mixed, and I agree people deserve second chances. I believe, that maybe he's remorseful. I'm not sure, but, if it's hard, he has the most hits in baseball, 4,290-something hits. Yep. He's hit the most. He's had the best numbers. He won World Series. He's done everything he could do in baseball, and he ruined it by betting on baseball. It's hard for me to distinguish what's right or wrong here. All I can say is I can see why people are not on his side because, again, the integrity, the issue. What do you guys think?
Well, I agree. I know definitely it's like the ultimate sin, as you said, in his play and manager days, to bet against his team. But the current issue that they keep bringing up is that they don't think or they don't believe that he has rehabilitated himself in any way or cleaned up his act.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it, he's out of baseball. What he does now...
Oh, he's got to survive somehow. Like, he does it by signings or
but
autographs or whatever.
Right, but I mean, if he bets on baseball now, who cares? He's retired. You're going to tell me no other former player or manager bets on baseball? And I brought this up before. They talk about, players shouldn't be able to gamble. And, I agree they should not be able to gamble while they play that sport, or at least not on that sport. But think about the NBA. Some of those players go to casinos all the time.
Yeah.
And
they have friends. I am sure.
Well, they got to spend their money. They got to spend their millions somehow.
Yeah,
I'm sure almost every single player is betting on the sport that they play. They're just not betting themselves. They have other people to lay bets.
Exactly. Like Charles Barkley. Remember, he had a huge gambling problem. Mm-hmm. He owed a lot of money. They all do. And so
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. So again, and exactly as Byron said, anyone could have bet for them. There's no way to trace it. But what I'd like to see is them prove that he actually shaved points somehow. Not just he bet on a team or he bet against or for his
wasn't
team.
Really the brightest idea.
I think the hall should give him some criteria on how he can get in. I think that too. I think there's got to be some kind of what do I need to do to get in the Hall of Fame?
And what they're talking
I have the numbers, I have the stats, I have the career.
Right, and what they expect is him not to gamble anymore, period. Yeah. And what they're saying is they believe he hasn't cleaned up his act enough or acted responsibly enough, which tells me that he's probably still gambling on his own time or whatever.
Well, the criteria should be for the time that your career. His career is over. Yeah. It shouldn't really matter what career. He does now.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. His career is over.
A 30-year career.
Right. But the problem is the Hall is looking at what he does today.
Yeah.
Yesterday he was at the casino, or he's still betting on anything, whatever it would be.
Well,
he's still betting, so they're holding that against him.
Now, forgive my ignorance. Is O.J. Simpson in the Football Hall of Fame?
O.J. Simpson? I believe he is.
I believe so, but I think he
was already in before any of that
Did they
happened.
remove him because...
Probably not. They don't usually.
So what are they looking at his current condition for now?
Oh.
Again, this is a career-based kind of thing that you'd want to see people, go to. You don't go to the Hall of Fame for being retired.
Yeah. Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, all these guys, Sammy Sosa did steroids. Clemens. They admitted to doing it, and they'd probably get in the Hall of Fame eventually.
Yep.
So I don't
Gambling is legal. Now, is it... I think what we're talking about here is an ethics problem.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was betting against his team. Or
right.
for
As he's
his
managing,
team.
He's betting against his team.
Right.
So he has the power to lighten his lineup or change his lineup or to his advantage.
How many different sports teams have done that over?
I didn't see how much money he won in betting, but, it doesn't even matter.
Well, again, like right here it said, Rose did not cheat opponents and has served his time. That's what I'm trying to get to is that, other than they proved that he gambled during his playing days.
Yeah, you might not like the guy, but he's got the stats to get in.
And, but again, just because he gambled during the playing days and bet on or against or for his team doesn't necessarily mean he's cheated the game.
I guess another way to look at this, are you going to convict are you going to elect a murderer? Are you going to... What level of crime is not suitable? Meaning, is gambling okay? Steroids okay? Is killing a spouse or somebody okay? Is, a sexual crime okay? Yeah. There's so many different levels of how it's all opinion based of what's more than others,
I think Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis could make it at the Hall of Fame.
What's the record with the asterisks?
With what?
With the asterisks there. The home run record?
Oh, with Sammy Sosa and McGwire and Bonds.
Right.
They were on steroids when they hit the home run.
Right. They're on the list, the steroid list.
Yeah, they're on the steroid list of users.
Like
Jose Canseco wrote a book and told it all basically.
Speaking of Canseco, I remember running into him in Vegas.
Yeah,
that was an interesting afternoon.
got
Canseco's
a lot to say.
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
big boy. But
I don't know. Again, it's hard for me to make a distinction of does he belong or not? Because part of me says yes, part of me says no.
It sounds like you believe that he should be inducted.
Part of me does, but again, part of me is if you do, then it opens up the floodgates for everything else I just talked about of sexual crimes and
there already are people out there who because of their past.
Yeah, maybe that's the committee's job. They should be doing a better job of if someone commits a crime or gambles or maybe you should be getting stuff taken away. We don't do that as a society. Take things away.
But
feel entitled.
And now, as I look at this article that I point out up there on our board here, that permanent ban. That was something I remember that was
80s,
pretty much he was handed.
Yeah, by
permanent ban from baseball.
Yeah.
So to really, like that suggests, did he serve his time or not? No, because he's permanently banned. Period.
Yeah.
But
they can lift bans though.
Yeah,
Commissioners
exactly.
can do whatever they want to
do. They're looking back now. Because at that time everyone was pissed off.
This is like the Flakegate of baseball, pretty much.
Everyone's pissed off. Now people are taking a softer stance on it. And again, especially I look at NBA. So many of those players gamble on a regular basis. And so other players in other sports do too. But obviously, I think it's most prevalent in the NBA. And again, they're punishing this guy for it's not like the Black Sox. They weren't able to prove that he shaved points. He did bet against or for his team, but did he find ways to shave points or make his team lose or make his how could he make his team win? That's the whole point anyway. Make his team win. So you're gonna have to show me where he shaved somehow was able to shave points, so he could come under.
Well, I'm sure there's investigative things that they did to come up with why they did a permanent ban.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think just the fact that he gambled during that time while he was on that is good enough for a ban, so to speak. But whether or not it should be permanent, whether or not it should block him from the Hall of Fame because of of all the thousands of games he played, there was a handful of games that he bet on, or whatever, however many there were, but there were still thousands that were clean games that he performed well, and especially towards the end of his career, he was player manager, mostly manager, but back in those days they still had the player manager going up until the late '80s, the mid to late '80s. But I don't know, I agree. I think that there's some room, that flexibility that he could go. He should be in the Hall of Fame based on his playing career. You could ban him on his management career. I don't know.
Coin flip for me.
I'm for, if it's a lifetime ban, it's a lifetime ban. Why is everybody up in arms over it? Was he the greatest coach of all time? Was he the greatest player of all time? Not really. He was a good player.
Got the most hits of all time, though.
There were. Oh.
He's got the most hits.
Then he should have been a little bit more responsible with his personal life. And we all make mistakes, and we all have to pay for our mistakes, including famous people.
He fucked up. He did some douchebaggish shit, no doubt. But at that point, he grown up, moved on. And I think I think any baseball fan, we first heard about it, disgusted. But I think as time goes on, bygones are bygones.
What it is.
Yep. Well, what else, man? What you want to talk about? Oh, you mentioned something about the Giants, dude.
Oh, Guy, I think, I'm looking at the Patriots, and one team I don't want to play in the Super Bowl is the Giants. I don't care if it's on the Fuck You tour or what tour it is. Something with the Giants, Guy. I think Tom Coughlin's going to get fired. Hey, listen, if you're listening to New York Giants, Frank Rizzo is available to coach. I think he'd do a lot with that team.
But, the 6 and 7, I think.
Yeah, and
something like that. Yeah,
they won the other night, but I don't know. New York's a big town, big city. Get a lot of hype, a lot of press. Something about Eli, I don't know. He's magical at times he's not. I don't want
Tony Romo.
I don't want to face Carolina or New York Giants, but I have a bad feeling the Patriots are going to play Carolina in the Super Bowl. That's the way I'm seeing it as we speak.
Yeah. Giants defensive tackle Barry Cofield thinks it's the perfect time to play the 13-0 Panthers. So he's ambitious.
They're gonna get
motivated.
They're gonna get stuffed.
You think they'll get stuffed?
Cam Newton's gonna run all over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam Newton probably gonna be MVP, not Brady, because he's got the perfect record. I can see them. They might be going 16-0, Guy, 17-0.
Yeah, I mean, they're pushing it. They're close to it. I mean, there's only a month left of the regular season.
A few weeks left, and they look pretty good. So I don't think they're resting. You had some injuries, though, in the secondary, so watch out. Carolina better be coming to play with some new secondary because they have a lot of people injured.
Well, it's good to see for the Patriots that Gronkowski made it back.
Yeah,
that was nice. Game. It was a scare, but it was only
they need him back. Now, Edelman, if they can get Edelman back by playoffs, they should be. They can stay.
Yeah, that's a surprise. He already has been practicing.
Yeah. If you can get Hightower back and you get everyone, Edelman and Amendola all rested up, and you can get all these guys back to 100%, boy, they're going to make a good push. I don't see anyone in the AFC beating them. Cincinnati's got Dalton's out with his finger. He broke his finger. You got Denver, who lost to the Raiders. Again, Patriots got to win out the rest of the game so they get the number 1 seed. They get home field throughout, and that's what you need to win.
Yeah, and go back quickly on the Giants and Coughlin. I agree with you. He probably could get shit canned this season.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Because since they won the Super Bowl in 2011, they had the same record in 2012, but since then they've had a losing record. So the last 3 or 4 seasons. So
time for a change, and Rizzo can change it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's been.
They need a running back. They need an offensive line. They need some receivers.
Tom Coughlin's history is, he was with was it Carolina before? Or was it Carolina before?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Started with Jacksonville.
Same thing. He had some good seasons, then crash with the Giants.
Made some championship games.
Yeah.
Won a few Super Bowls with the Giants. Given he's had a good career. It's just time to pass the torch to somebody else.
At 1999 with Jacksonville, he's 14-2.
Yeah. They got with the AFC, I think, didn't they? I think they lost to the Patriots in 95. 95, I believe.
Lost to the Tennessee in 99. They lost to the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
95, they were in 5th place. 96, they lost to the Patriots.
There you go.
Championship game.
Yeah.
But they were in first. So
he's been to some championship games. He's been to some Super Bowls. He's won. He's lost.
Oh, yeah.
He's had a good career. The guy's pushing 70 years old, I think. I think he's over 70.
Yeah, I think.
And, he just sold his condo, I saw, he's got his condo up for sale, selling like a $1.2 million condo. He bought another, downsizing, he bought another condo for like $750,000, something like that. So, again, I think he's realizing it's going to be time soon to get out.
He's 69. He'll be 70 this summer.
Yeah, so he's 70 years old. It's probably time. He's had a good career, and probably time to bring in some young blood. A lot of coaches coming up to the ranks.
Yeah, how about that? The coach in Dallas there. I hate Dallas, but I can't think of the name. Not Dallas, Texans.
Yeah, what's his name? From the Patriots.
He was from the Patriots.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel's a linebackers coach.
Cornell that we met in Montreal. Yeah, he's the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on there. I mean,
they don't have a quarterback either, though. I mean, they need a quarterback. Their quarterbacks are getting destroyed. Yeah. J.J. Watt broke his hand. He's got a big mitt on his hand. He's not 100%.
Hoyer, right?
Hoyer, yeah. He's in concussion mode right now.
Yeah.
Yates has been playing okay, so he'll be starting this week. Again, if they had Adrian Foster, he's injured for the year on IR.
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien's the guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Good coach.
Thank you.
Been doing good.
Well, Hoyer was Brian Hoyer. Mm-hmm. He was the backup for Brady for a few years,
like 3 years.
It makes you wonder though if other teams are hoping to utilize that to their advantage, similar like Matt Castle. You got
to understand though, these coaches, they come out with new schemes every game. They know that there's other players out there and other coaches that know the system.
Kansas City jumped on Matt Castle after Brady. Jumped up a bit because Brady got injured for a short time. Matt Castle did a great job as a backup. So follow that at the end of that season, boom, the Chiefs pick him right up, hoping to pull a Brady out of him, and he did all right. But
now he's in Dallas, not doing much.
Yeah, so
not doing too good.
No, he's a backup. He's a quality backup, and that's what he proved with the Patriots. But he's not an everyday guy. No. He's good for a few games, and that's it. But I think a lot of teams kind of hope that. I think that's why I just see that's what the Texans were looking for from Hoyer. I think that's why when Houston went with him, they were trying to hope for another one of those miraculous backups. Which does happen. I mean, think about years back, not Brady, but before him, Montana, Steve Young. Steve Young was Montana's backup for a while. Steve Young was an experienced quarterback. Wasn't that great before the 49ers. Was good, though. And he backed up Montana for a few years, and then Montana moved on to Kansas City before he retired, but basically retiring. And then Steve Young took the helm and still, made a couple of Super Bowl appearances with the 49ers.
49ers haven't done nothing this year.
Nope.
Kaepernick,
they've been dead since
agent.
Well, this going back, shortly after that, then the Troy Aikman era. Mm-hmm. Troy Aikman in Dallas. Why do they spend money or bother with that friggin' bum Romo? I'm sorry, he's a bum
every year.
How much money they spend on him?
He's their franchise, and Jerry Jones's mind, he's the guy. You ain't gonna change Jerry Jones's mind. Jerry Jones is like a Donald Trump. He's got his own way.
I know, but he gets a
fucking. He's got no filter. That's what he wants.
He gets a damn boo-boo every game. He gets injured. Re-injures the same thing he's injured. It's just, I just don't get why. I
don't even think they've won a playoff game with him. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure they haven't won. If they have, it hasn't been made.
They make the playoffs, barely usually.
Barely.
But then they get to the playoffs, and he can't perform for shit. And that's why
Can't win the big one.
if you can't win the big one, then you need to move on.
That's it.
Or maybe
They might be drafting. You don't know that in the draft this year. They might be They're looking to get. I heard they're looking to get Manziel that they're looking at. So Jones wants Manziel now. So he likes that. That mobile quarterback that likes to have beer and women and go crazy lifestyle.
How about your cousin there? You gonna make it back to?
Yeah, he's on the Twins. He's on Toronto. Chris Colabello had a great year. Again, cousin of mine doing great in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. Again, I think he's a vital piece to their lineup. And their lineup's pretty. They had a great year. I thought they were going to go to the World Series. Royals proved me wrong.
Yeah,
the Royals are getting stronger, so they're gonna. Blue Jays are gonna have to make some trades or something. I think because
a talented bat.
Yep, they're good, talented, and he's going to do again. I think another great year. So kudos to him, and hope he does well. Good luck, Chris, for next year.
What you got, Byron? What you got over there, buddy? You've been quiet. I know sports isn't your thing. We didn't bring up Drew Bledsoe.
No.
I'm sure we can get you a bottle of wine from Bledsoe's winery, though.
Hey, it's good stuff, I'm sure.
He's got a vineyard, so that's his big thing now.
Winery.
Well, to get back into real world, sports to me is not real world. Real world is dealing with the absolute stupidity of humanity. Yeah. That's maybe I'm just a grump, maybe I'm just a pain in the ass like that. But apparently,
you did have your breakfast.
Apparently, in North Carolina, there was this town that turned down a solar farm. The woman, who is a science teacher, went out and said that it would suck up all of the sun's energy and not allow photosynthesis for plants nearby.
She didn't take science in school, did she?
I'm wondering if she's one of those people who's pulling for the religion in school thing and the creationism and all of that. Now, if you're religious, forgive me. I don't believe that should be taught in a school because this is what you get. You get someone who's supposed to be a science teacher who doesn't know that a solar panel farm is going to save you money in the long run. It's going to save resources. We're coming near the end of fossil fuels. We have to find something different quick.
We have one big, but it's actually 3 areas, solar farms where I live. And there's a 4th or 5th one coming up. And trust me, there's plenty of grass growing around there.
Well, there's everywhere.
What kind of grass?
Take a look.
Yeah. We got those. We got those coming up too soon.
Especially in your top.
Yeah.
You take a look around the Natick Mall. Just recently put solar panels on over the entire roof, which is I'm kind of surprised they didn't in the first place.
Exactly, I'm surprised it's taken it so long to do that.
But they now, if you take a look at the roof of the mall, and I guess they're going to do that on top of the parking garages too. They're going to throw up solar panels up there.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if that makes sense.
Sure, it does. Each parking garage to be.
Yeah, but now you're taking a whole top floor of the parking garage.
Well, it's on top of it.
You'd have to make something on top of the top floor.
They did. There's one of them that they got it up there. Yeah,
and it's impressive
steel
what they've
structure
done.
on it.
And it's saving them money. It will save them a lot more money. Also, I'm sure that they can have their own mini power plant by the time they're done.
Thank God my wife never said she wanted that $1 million condo in the Natick Mall. Thank God. Thank God.
They can't sell those anymore. Either.
Thank God.
Yeah, you won't get nearly what it's worth.
No.
It's probably worth half.
As I understand, about half of them didn't even go through, did they?
No.
They
didn't sell them.
They're sitting empty.
Oh. Imagine that sitting empty. Ugh.
That would be rough.
Neiman Marcus, here I come.
What else you got? What you got? You got anything else?
Well, I mean, we got the hot topic going around is, it's everybody's screaming racism.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of tiring hearing about this racism thing, and nobody can actually say where it's coming from. Nobody can actually say, who's involved. They're all blaming somebody else. It comes back to people not taking responsibility, people burying their heads up their asses.
Big concern, especially the racism now, is the Muslims. It's
again, we're bringing it down to a religion when it's everybody's saying racism. Now, years ago, people were saying, being an anti-Semite was a racist. Judaism is a religion. Muslim is a religion. Catholicism, Christianity, it's
Right,
all religion.
The issue with banning or being sensitive towards Muslims or whatever,
Trump wasn't sensitive in what he said.
so.
I think that we have to stop being so sensitive.
Yeah, if people listen more what Trump is saying, I somewhat agree. I mean, I agree.
But Trump's got no filter, guy. You know it.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with he's saying. Well, all he's saying is for now. He's not saying a permanent ban. He's saying for now, slam the brakes on letting them in, and that's it. He's not.
All I'm saying is he probably should have said it in a different way, and that's not him.
That is him. That's the problem.
I'm just saying that's not him. He isn't one to filter anything. He isn't
right.
one.
No, right. But I mean, many people agree with him. Even people that don't see his side, many people agree with him. And you're right. He may in
the limelight, millions of people looking at you.
Right, but maybe you shouldn't have said it that way, and that's what some people are kind of piffy about. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people agree with it. That he is not meaning to. A permanent ban, never let a Muslim in again, never let them back, blah, blah, blah. He's saying, slam the brakes until we can vet them better. That's all he wants. No Muslims now until we can figure out a program. Because right now we can't, But you can't, honestly, you could not tell a Muslim from a non-Muslim.
No.
Unless if they're wearing their burqa or whatever.
It's one of the larger religions on the planet at the moment.
But I mean, you could be Muslim, I wouldn't know. I mean, what really needs to stop is taking, I hate to say it, stop taking people from the Middle East for now until they can be vetted properly.
It's not even the Middle East. Again, they're one of the largest. They've got, Malaysia is mostly Muslim.
I don't know who's who anywhere. I don't know who's who today. You don't know. It could be Muslims in Sweden. It could be Muslims in.
I understand that.
Anywhere.
I understand that. That's why, you can't really ban Muslims themselves because, like I said, you couldn't identify a Muslim.
No.
But you could identify a Mideastern person where the religion is mostly from. You know what I'm saying? Is not a.
I know
all the Muslims like here in Massachusetts. They, other than the ones that converted from Americans, which still that's a concern too, because you can't stop all Muslims because there are Americans.
Well, again,
Irish boy could be.
But if you go on that tack, you also have to remember the people are saying radical Muslim, radical Islam, radical.
Right, but you cannot.
But we have it in our own country. We have radical Christianity. And they're trying to run the damn government right now.
Right, I didn't say that, but there are so many quiet, I guess, sleeper radicals that you would never know about. There are people, planning the death of the world in their basement that you don't know about.
Well, those guys out in San Diego, like we talked about the last
time.
Did
you listen to the lady from HP? I thought they're in the debate. If you watch the debate, I thought the lady from HP, she was the way she presents herself and the way she talks about just common sense approaches, I thought she was the best out of the whole panel. And I'm not even for the lady for HP. But as a speaker, as a person with ideas, she comes out it's common sense. Trump sometimes, I understand what he's trying to say, but he shouldn't say some of the things he says. He shouldn't say it the way he says it.
But that's why he says it, because
why?
Because people feel like the way you're saying feel that way, that people shouldn't speak like that. Why the hell not? Why,
it's free speech, but I'm saying you label yourself, you're putting yourself out there saying.
But
I think some candidates or some leaders are trying to adopt a similar type of culture like Russia has. Like Russia has, We don't
want to be Russian.
No, but Russia basically tells minorities, live our way, or that's it. We don't, because they said, we don't need minority. We don't need you to come here. We do not need it. Like Russia said, we don't need immigrants. They take immigrants, but they're not going to change their, like so many people here have tried to, they want, Sharia law.
Sharia law.
Sharia law. Some cities, I think Minneapolis was one, they tried to get city council to pass.
Well, there's a small town somewhere, and I can't, you have to forgive me, but somewhere in America that
there have been a few.
Islamic, Muslim people have
the Muslim community, the Muslim community have approached different city or town councils wanting to adopt Sharia law, and to even consider that, why? This is America. This is the law we have.
Yep.
If you don't like it, adios.
It was in Michigan.
And that's why I say that. That's what Russia does.
My point, though, is, and I think they were trying to put this on CNN, not all Muslims are terrorists. Not all
I agree.
Muslims
No, I've worked with Muslims. Some of the nicest people.
Exactly.
They are.
Well, I'm saying so when Trump says what he says, that's why the Muslim community's up in arms, because now he's labeling. But the way he comes off is like he's labeling.
The Muslim community is enabling this to happen because the Muslims themselves do not stand up. That's what the biggest problem is. The Muslim community, they're up in arms because it's offensive. I agree with that. I am not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
But the Muslims are their own worst enemy as well. They don't stand out. When's the last? I don't. It could have been, but we don't know. When's the last time a Muslim resident turned in another one that was planning something? The Muslim community does not speak up. They are not vocal against radicals. Some are, but
if you think about it,
well, they probably live in fear of getting killed.
If they're in the U.S., they're Americans, and many of them argue, "I'm American."
But if you think about it, most groups, be it racial, ethnic, racial and ethnic are the same, but social groups, the deaf and hard of hearing, the blind, all that, the communities stick to themselves. Now, this, these people tend to not report everything to everybody because they try to handle it within themselves if they're something like that they can handle. And then otherwise, and we also have fostered a culture of it's not bothering me, so I'm not going to bother with it. Why should I bother ratting on something?
Again, how long does that religion have to take the hammer?
I'm just saying you gotta have some compassion for people though being present too. You can't be like, okay, we're gonna ban all Muslims. I mean, you gotta come up with a better educational way of saying something that's gonna produce an outcome than just to go off the top of your head and say stuff.
The ban, but again, the ban that he's speaking of is simply until the feds can figure out a better process to identify them.
I bet it doesn't happen. Oh. I put money on it doesn't happen.
It won't happen. Even if he
got elected, even Trump got elected, I don't think it would be a ban.
Oh, he could do it. It's presidential. Yeah, presidential.
You can veto that and do it.
Oh, yeah, he could do it. The president can do a lot more than what people realize.
Yeah, but a lot of it has to go through Congress to get a lot of stuff that.
Think about all the Obama stuff that Obama shoved down our throats, even though Congress didn't pass. He still signs shit regardless. So veto it that, quite the opposite.
Well, Obama just repackaged Romney Care.
Yep. But even
I thought the president needed to have Senate's vote or Congress's vote on some stuff that he couldn't veto or couldn't.
There are some things in the law usually that involve finance and stuff like that. But there are a lot of things.
Not that I'm a history buff or I'm a legislative.
But the non-radical Muslims some of them are happy at what Trump is saying because they're tired of being
right. And like I said, there are plenty.
But I don't even know if we know what ISIS is. Meaning, they talk jihad, they talk all this different stuff. I don't even know if we know who ISIS is. Meaning, they
know who the leader is.
I don't know who the leader is, but it doesn't mean it's made of a mixed up of different people from different countries.
It's a worldwide epidemic. Anonymous, a group that I absolutely hate them. They're out there to set the world on fire. That's their purpose. Well, now they've gone and the one thing that I agree with what they've done, they've taken down a lot of the ISIS social networking. They went after them and started publishing their information. So there's a way to find these people by using the internet. They have footprints. It's a digital world out there. Although a lot of them are using what's called the dark web, which is an internet that.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's got to be white, black, Muslim, Russian. Oh, yeah. I bet you there's so many different people in.
Yeah, 200,000.
That many people?
Militant fighters of ISIS.
Wow, 2 million?
200,000.
200,000?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big number.
Well,
that's like a big city.
Yeah, and they're all like you said, they're all over the globe. France, is a perfect example. The Paris.
Yeah.
That was all through that, and that to.
Gotta come up with some way to stop them.
It's that's where the Trump thing comes in. Without a ban of at least allowing new people in, it's hard to find it because anybody comes in. Me and him, so we could convert to Muslim tomorrow. Next week, go.
But I mean, he's talking about building a wall, guy. I mean, this is China had a wall. Berlin had a wall.
There needs to be a wall. Mexico needs a wall. People are coming over that like bugs. That needs a wall. Okay,
you think a wall's going to stop people?
No,
wall?
Stop.
It slows some people down because half of them are too old to climb the wall. All right, but I mean, it's just one more harder barrier.
How much is that wall going to cost?
They should feed more alligators into the Rio Grande. That Rio Grande and maybe some of the motion detector guns up on the top of the wall.
The Everglades in Arizona.
Exactly. Put a minefield. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. They back the wall up like 100 yards, and that.
Dude, you know how much that wall will cost to build? The taxpayer?
There's already.
You're talking all from California all the way to Texas.
Yeah, there's already for most of it. There's already a fence along most of the route. There's already a large.
What you gonna put? Cinder block?
Pretty much.
Probably up 8 feet high.
All right. And they'll hire a company that hires illegal immigrants to build it.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
that makes sense.
But no, I nothing wrong with having a secure border.
Why don't you put an electrical fence?
Oh.
Forget a concrete build big fence.
It needs to be more solid. And again,
electrocution fence.
I have no problem. That's why I said it's just a minefield.
It's
Frankie's
word on electrocution.
No place in this country for illegal immigrants. They'll fucking pack up, go home, and that's it. They're not
welcome. What the number of that is. Illegal immigrants in the
U.S. That's just it.
They don't even know.
States
they don't even know. Them.
It's a lower number, though, because the Obama administration is weak on that. I have friends that work for ICE and Customs, and unless...
How many? 12 million, 10 million?
A lot less than that. They get deported or whatnot?
Well, it's 360 million in the U.S.
Recently, did you hear about the guy who got caught traveling into Iran? He's being held for 8 years in an Iranian prison because he crossed the border illegally.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
In America, we're going to give you schooling, we're going to give you medical care. We're
Bank of America set up your accounts.
It's a very appealing place. We don't have the money or the infrastructure to support this. But the people of America, the idealistic kids that are coming out of college that have their messed up little ideas that everybody gets a trophy, everybody gets taken care of, socialism doesn't work. We are a capitalist society. We go by how much you have, how much you make is how much you can have. Although we have banks out there that are willing to give you loans, even though they know that you can't pay them back, and then they cry poor to the government. It's a cyclical thing that really kind of annoying.
Well, there's touching on that, our immigration laws are weak. I mean, the Mexican president a few years back. Shit on the U.S., if you will, about how our immigration laws were unfair. Yet theirs are even more brutal. Right. But not that. I don't know how many
anybody
Americans
enforces it.
The only Americans trying to go to Mexico forcefully, illegally, are probably wanted felons. But
the dog, the bounty hunter, there in Mexico for a bit.
But most of the Americans.
Well, if you think about it, the other places on the planet, you cross the border illegally, you risk getting killed.
Yeah.
In America, we're going to give you...
start finding an island to move to. Rizzo's
You want
island.
an island. Well, that'll be perfect for you.
Aren't you afraid of the water?
Exactly, so I get an island.
Oh, okay. It's only... Yeah, okay.
You'd have to put him to sleep to get him there. But
it's only an island from the water.
Tranquilizer gun. Boom.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
So, we have Rizzo's Entertainment Minute.
Do we have
Let's
Rizzo's
do a little entertainment something?
I believe we do. It's
Oh yeah, the Rizzo's Entertainment Minute, brought to you by Let Me Be Frank. Coming to a school near you.
I had to know
DJ Frankie for your entertainment needs. He can be there. He can be a DJ. He can be a speaker. He can be him whatever you want him to be. He's that type of guy.
Okay.
Frank Rizzo. All right. Well, today, guys, we're going on the minute. We're going to talk about, topics that I like to discuss about. Okay, all right. Happy wife, happy life. I'm gonna leave that alone for a minute, okay? You're not gonna get into really about people. You know what? Some people just, if it's driving or I bump into them in the shopping center, some people, you try to be nice and people just don't like being nice. They gotta be mean. It's the holidays, guys. You gotta be nice. Try helping out somebody. Helping a neighbor, helping a friend. Put some thought into your madness. We go around too much today about, keeping to ourselves and this and that. You know what? Do something good all the holidays. Help somebody out. If it's finding a job for somebody or, not that we have any snow yet, shovel some driveways, feed some turkeys to the young people. Whatever it is,
Feed
please.
some turkeys to the young people.
Yeah, young people got to eat too. There's, I go down to Milford. There's always a food pantry that I see the lines long. There's kids in there. I feel so sad when I drive by because it's just like I don't want to see a kid in a food pantry. I mean, it's just you don't know how at this time of year, and I guess how Rizzo feels is when you see kids. It kind of hits your heart when you see kids in line at a food pantry because. I mean, count your blessings, people, that you have a home, if you have one, if you're well off, if you have your wife, kids, everyone's healthy, because some people aren't going to have a happy Hanukkah or a Merry Christmas or, whatever you celebrate. They're going to be in, there's some people that, need help. So, my minute of the day or my thing is, really try to... before Christmas, help somebody.
Okay, that's me trying to set off some various alarms. The reason why I'm doing this is because, and to all the people listening who might still be with us now after that.
Yeah, that was weird.
There was supposed to be entertainment news.
That was entertainment. Entertainment.
Yeah, unbelievable. This guy, he went on a 3-minute tirade or I don't know, once upon a time story about Christmas and Hanukkah and whore in a drawer or something.
It's got to be festive.
Yeah.
Frankie Rizzo festive.
It is.
I hope everyone has a nice Hanukkah and Merry Christmas.
There's a top story for you right there.
Who cares about Martin Sheen recovering from heart surgery? Really?
Regardless, that's entertainment news. That's
is his real name Martin Sheen? I don't think so.
Well,
is that his made-up believed name? I don't know. Is Charlie Sheen really? Is that his real name? Emilio Estevez, is that his real name?
Yes, Estevez is the real name.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen is Carlos Estevez.
Okay.
And Martin is Estevez. I can't remember his first name. The real name is Estevez.
Well, my real name isn't Frank Rizzo either. So, again.
Once upon a time
and in far out land.
Okay, well, we were talking about entertainment news, but we're working out with Frankie, another fine episode here of the Wicked Pissah Show. And we're going to close it out. We've gone on too long today. But thank you for tuning in. We had so much to talk about, so much to make up for since our boy Byron was sick.
Out sick, had to...
But another show.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
All right, with that, we leave you with the Wicked Pissah Show.
Later. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. We're out.